Have you ever stood beneath a very large tree, one with a thick trunk and wide spreading branches? Chances are you might have been looking at an oak tree. These trees are some of the most famous and loved in the world. They are symbols of strength and have been around for a very long time. When we talk about oaks, we are talking about a big family of trees. Their scientific name is quercus. This name is known by scientists all over the world. It helps them know exactly which tree they are studying. Oaks are not just one type of tree, they are a whole group, a genus full of different kinds. The oak family is truly enormous. There are more than 500 different species of oak trees found across the globe. Each one is a little different from the next. Some have leaves with pointed lobes, like the red oak. Others have leaves with rounded lobes, like the English oak. Some oaks are evergreen, which means they keep their green leaves all year round. Others are deciduous, meaning they lose their leaves in the autumn, painting the landscape in beautiful shades of yellow, brown and red. This variety is what makes oak so special and able to grow in so many different places. When you think of an oak, you probably picture a very old and wise-looking tree, and you would be right. Oaks are famous for their long lives. It is not unusual for an oak tree to live for hundreds of years. Some have even lived for more than 1,000 years. Imagine the history such a tree has seen. It would have been a small sapling when castles were being built. It would have provided shade for generations of people and animals. This incredible lifespan is a testament to their strength and resilience, making them true elders of the natural world. The strength of an oak is legendary. Its wood is famously hard and durable, which is why people have used it for centuries. It was used to build ships that sailed the oceans and to construct homes that have stood for generations. The timber from an oak is dense and resistant to rot and insects. This makes it incredibly valuable for furniture, flooring and barrels for aging wine and spirits. But the true strength of an oak is not just in its wood. It is in its ability to stand firm against storms and to support a huge amount of life within its branches, a true giant of the woods. Oak trees are true world travelers. You can find them growing naturally all across the northern hemisphere. They grow in North America, from the cool forests of Canada down to the mountains of Mexico. They are a common sight across Europe, from the British Isles to the sunny Mediterranean. They also spread across Asia, growing in places like China and the Himalayas. This wide distribution shows just how adaptable these trees are. They can thrive in different climates and different types of soil. Whether on a rolling hill, in a dense forest, or standing alone in a park, oaks make their home. The reason oaks can grow in so many places is because of their incredible diversity. With over 500 species, there is an oak suited for almost any environment. Some oaks, like the holm oak, are well suited to dry coastal areas. They have tough, leathery leaves that help them conserve water. Other oaks, like the pin oak, prefer wetter soils and are often found near streams and rivers. This amazing variety allows the quercus genus to fill many different roles in many different landscapes. Each species has adapted over thousands of years to its local conditions, making it a perfect fit for its home. The appearance of an oak tree can tell you a lot about where it grows. In open fields, an oak will often grow a short, thick trunk and a very wide crown of branches. This shape helps it to capture as much sunlight as possible. In a crowded forest, the same type of oak will grow tall and straight, reaching for the light high above the other trees. Its lower branches will be smaller or may even fall off. This ability to change its shape to suit its surroundings is another key to its success. It is a clever survivor, always finding the best way to get the resources it needs. No matter where they grow, oaks are known for their slow and steady growth. They do not rush to become giants. Instead, they take their time, building strong roots and a solid trunk. This slow growth is what gives their wood its incredible density and strength. An oak tree might only grow a small amount each year, but this patient approach ensures it will be around for a very long time. It is a lesson in patience from the natural world. By growing slowly, the oak builds a foundation that can withstand the tests of time, from harsh weather to the passing of centuries. An oak tree is so much more than just a plant. It is a bustling, living community. Think of it as a giant apartment building for wildlife. Hundreds of different species depend on the oak for their survival. From the highest branches to the deepest roots, every part of the tree provides a home or food for something. This makes the oak a keystone species. A keystone species is one that has a very large effect on its environment. If you were to remove the oak trees from a forest, the entire ecosystem would change, and many other creatures would struggle to survive. It is the central pillar holding everything else up. The sheer number of species an oak supports is astonishing. In the United Kingdom, for example, a single mature English oak can support over 2,300 different species. This incredible number includes everything from tiny insects and fungi to larger animals like birds and mammals. No other tree in the region comes close to supporting this much life. The tree's rough bark provides shelter for insects. Its leaves provide food for caterpillars. Its branches provide nesting spots for birds. Its acorns provide a vital food source for many animals. It is a complete world in one tree. Birds in particular have a very special relationship with oak trees. Many different bird species choose to build their nests among the strong, leafy branches of an oak. The dense foliage provides excellent cover, hiding their nests from predators like hawks and crows. Birds like blue tits, great tits, and nuthatches are often seen searching for insects among the oak's bark and leaves. Woodpeckers drill into the trunk to find grubs and to carve out nesting cavities. In winter, the bare branches still offer a safe place to perch, making the oak a year-round haven for our feathered friends. The structure of the oak tree itself is perfect for wildlife. Its deeply grooved bark creates countless nooks and crannies where small insects, spiders, and other invertebrates can hide from predators and the weather. As the tree gets older, it may develop hollows in its trunk and branches. These cavities become highly desirable homes for creatures like owls, bats, and even squirrels. An old, gnarled oak is not a sign of decay. It is a sign of a tree that is providing the maximum amount of shelter. It has become a true veteran of the woods, a priceless resource for the entire forest community. When we look at an oak tree, we see leaves, branches, and a trunk. But for many creatures, what they see is dinner. The leaves of an oak tree are a food source for an incredible number of insects, especially caterpillars. In fact, oak trees support more species of caterpillars than any other type of tree in the Northern Hemisphere. In North America, some oak species can host over 500 different types of caterpillars. These caterpillars are the larvae of moths and butterflies. They spend their early lives munching on oak leaves, growing bigger and stronger before they transform into winged adults. This connection between oaks and caterpillars is a cornerstone of the food web. Caterpillars are a perfect food for baby birds. They are soft, full of protein, and easy for parent birds to catch. A single pair of chickadees, for example, needs to find thousands of caterpillars to successfully raise their young. Without a healthy population of caterpillars, these birds would not be able to find enough food for their chicks. And because oaks support so many caterpillars, they are the most important trees for ensuring that our songbirds have what they need to thrive and reproduce. The timing of this relationship is a marvel of nature. Oak leaves emerge in the spring, just as birds are beginning to nest and lay their eggs. Shortly after the leaves appear, the caterpillar eggs that were laid on the branches the previous year begin to hatch. This creates a massive boom of caterpillar life, a feast that is perfectly timed for when the baby birds are at their hungriest. The parent birds work tirelessly, flying back and forth from the oak trees to their nests, carrying beakfuls of nutritious caterpillars. This springtime rush is a critical event in the life of a forest. Planting an oak tree is therefore one of the most powerful things you can do to support local bird populations. While other trees might be beautiful, many non-native species do not support our local insects. A ginkgo tree, for example, might look lovely, but it supports almost no caterpillars in North America or Europe. By choosing to plant a native oak, you are essentially planting a bird feeder that will last for hundreds of years. You are starting a food chain that will nourish countless generations of birds and other wildlife directly from your own garden. Every autumn, oak trees produce a special gift for the forest acorns, An acorn is the fruit of the oak tree, and inside each one is a seed that has the potential to grow into a new, mighty oak. A large, mature oak tree can produce thousands of acorns in a good year. This event, known as a mast year, does not happen every year. Oaks tend to produce a huge crop of acorns every few years. This strategy ensures that there are so many acorns on the ground that hungry animals cannot possibly eat them all, leaving some to sprout and grow. This abundance of acorns provides a vital food source for a wide range of animals. Squirrels are perhaps the most famous acorn collectors. They scurry around in the autumn, gathering as many acorns as they can. They eat some right away, but they bury many more to eat later in the winter. Squirrels have an amazing memory, but they do not find every single acorn they bury. The ones they forget are perfectly planted to become new oak trees, so in their quest to store food, squirrels become accidental gardeners, helping to spread the oak forest. But squirrels are not the only ones who enjoy the acorn banquet. Many other animals rely on this nutritious food. Deer, bears, and wild pigs will feast on acorns to fatten up for the winter. Birds like jays, woodpeckers, and wild turkeys also eat them. Blue jays in particular are excellent at spreading oaks. They can carry several acorns at a time in their throat and will fly long distances to bury them. Like squirrels, they do not recover all their hidden treasures, planting new oaks far from the parent tree. This helps the oak forest to expand and colonize new areas. The impact of acorns goes beyond just feeding animals. When acorns fall to the ground and decompose, they enrich the soil with nutrients. The tough outer shell breaks down slowly, releasing organic matter that helps to build healthy soil for all the plants in the forest. The cycle of the acorn is a perfect example of how the oak tree gives back to its environment. It provides food, helps to create new trees, and improves the ground it grows in. The small and humble acorn plays a huge role in the health and vitality of the entire woodland ecosystem. The importance of the oak tree extends far beyond the animals you can easily see. It supports a complex and often hidden web of life that is, honestly, just essential for a healthy ecosystem. Deep in the soil, the roots of an oak tree form a partnership with special types of fungi. This relationship is called mycorrhiza. The fungi help the tree absorb water and nutrients from the soil, especially things like phosphorus. In return, the tree gives the fungi sugars that it makes through photosynthesis. This partnership helps the oak grow strong and healthy, even in poor soil. These underground fungal networks are really quite amazing. They connect the oak tree to other plants in the forest, creating a sort of underground communication system. Through this network, trees can share resources. A large, healthy oak tree can send nutrients to smaller, younger saplings that are struggling in the shade. It's like a community support system for trees. This hidden world beneath our feet is a vital part of what makes a forest resilient. The oak, as a major hub in this network, plays a central role in keeping the entire woodland connected and supported. Above ground, the oak tree continues to support life even after it dies. A dead oak tree, whether standing or fallen, is not waste. It becomes a new source of life. The decaying wood provides food and shelter for a huge variety of insects, such as beetles whose larvae burrow into the wood. Fungi and mosses grow all over the rotting log, breaking it down and returning its nutrients to the soil. Woodpeckers visit the dead tree to feast on the insects inside. A dead oak is just as important to the ecosystem as a living one, completing the cycle of life, death, and rebirth. Because the oak supports so many different forms of life, from fungi and insects to birds and mammals, it is truly a keystone of its environment. Its presence creates a stable and diverse ecosystem. Where oaks thrive, so do countless other species. The health of our native bird populations, the richness of our insect life, and the fertility of our forest soils are all directly linked to the health of our oak trees. By protecting and planting oaks, we are not just saving a single type of tree. We are helping to maintain the intricate and beautiful balance of the natural world. Planting an oak tree is a wonderful gift to the future. It is a simple act that can have a huge positive impact on wildlife for centuries to come. You can start your oak growing journey in one of two ways: with an acorn or with a small young tree called a seedling. Growing from an acorn is incredibly rewarding. First, you need to find some fresh acorns in the autumn. Look for ones that are plump and free from holes. A good test is to drop them in a bucket of water. The ones that sink are usually healthy and viable. The ones that float are likely damaged. Once you have your healthy acorns, you should plant them right away. You can plant them directly in the ground where you want the tree to grow, or you can start them in a pot. If using a pot, choose one that is deep to allow the taproot to grow downwards. Fill it with a mix of potting soil and garden soil. Plant the acorn on its side, about 2 centimeters or 1 inch deep. Water it well and place the pot outside in a sheltered spot. It needs to experience the cold of winter, as this helps to trigger germination in the spring. Choosing the right spot for your oak tree is the most important decision you will make. Remember that this tiny acorn or seedling will one day become a giant. It needs a lot of space to grow. Plant it far away from your house, power lines, and other buildings. An open, sunny spot is best, as oaks love sunlight. Think about the size of the full-grown tree. Its branches will spread very wide, and its roots will also travel a long way. Giving it enough room from the start will ensure it can grow to its full, magnificent potential without causing problems later on. If you choose to plant a seedling from a nursery, the process is also quite simple. Dig a hole that is about twice as wide as the pot the seedling is in, but no deeper. You want the top of the root ball to be level with the surrounding ground. Gently remove the seedling from its pot and place it in the center of the hole. Fill the hole back in with the soil you removed, pressing it down gently to remove any air pockets. Give the new tree a good long drink of water to help it settle into its new home. Once your oak tree is in the ground, it will need a little bit of care to help it get established. The first few years are the most critical. The most important thing is watering. A young oak needs consistent moisture to grow strong roots. During the first summer, and especially during dry spells, you should water your tree deeply about once a week. It is better to give it a long, slow soak rather than a quick splash. This encourages the roots to grow deep into the soil in search of water, which will make the tree more resilient in the future. Young oak trees are a tasty treat for many animals, especially deer and rabbits. These animals can cause a lot of damage by eating the leaves and nibbling on the soft bark of the trunk. To protect your new tree, it is a very good idea to install a tree guard. You can make a simple guard using a circle of wire mesh held in place with a few stakes. Make sure the guard is wide enough that the deer cannot reach the tree by pushing against it, and tall enough to protect the main stem. This simple barrier can be the difference between success and failure for your young oak. One common mistake people make is giving their new trees too much help, especially with fertilizer. Oak trees are adapted to grow in natural forest soils and do not need a lot of rich fertilizer. Adding too much can actually harm the tree. It can force weak, rapid growth that is more susceptible to disease and pests. It can also damage the helpful mycorrhizal fungi in the soil that the tree depends on. It is best to let your oak grow at its own natural, slow pace. A layer of mulch, like wood chips or composted leaves, around the base of the tree is much better than fertilizer. Mulching is a fantastic way to care for your young oak. A layer of mulch about 5 to 10 centimeters or 2 to 4 inches deep will do several things. It will help to keep the soil moist, so you do not have to water as often. It will also suppress weeds and grass that compete with the tree for water and nutrients. As the mulch breaks down, it will slowly release nutrients into the soil, feeding the tree naturally. Just make sure to keep the mulch from touching the trunk of the tree directly, as this can cause the bark to rot. The oak tree is far more than just wood and leaves. It is a symbol of strength, a home for wildlife, and a cornerstone of our natural world. From the moment an acorn sprouts, it begins a journey that can last for centuries, a journey of giving back to the world around it. It cleans our air by absorbing carbon dioxide and releasing the oxygen we breathe. Its deep roots hold the soil in place, preventing erosion and helping to keep our rivers and streams clean. It is a quiet, powerful force for good, working tirelessly for the health of the planet. For people, oaks have been a source of inspiration and resources for thousands of years. We have sheltered under their branches, built our homes from their timber, and told stories about their ancient wisdom. They connect us to the past, reminding us of the generations that came before us. And by planting one today, we connect to the future. Planting an oak is an act of hope. It is a promise to the generations that will come after us that we are thinking of them, leaving them a world that is richer, greener, and full of life. It's a legacy that will grow stronger with each passing year. The simple act of choosing to plant a native oak in a garden, a park, or a field can start a powerful chain reaction. That single tree will feed thousands of caterpillars, which will in turn feed countless baby birds. Its acorns will nourish squirrels, jays, and deer. Its roots will build a partnership with the soil, and its branches will offer a safe haven for nesting and roosting. It is a simple choice with an enormous impact, helping to rebuild the fragile web of life right in our own communities. It shows that we can all be part of the solution. So, the next time you see an oak tree, take a moment to appreciate its majesty. Think of the hundreds of creatures it supports and the centuries it has stood watching over the land. These mighty giants are essential for the health of our wildlife and our planet. They are our natural heritage, and they need our help to thrive for centuries more. By understanding their importance and taking small steps to plant and protect them, we ensure that the mighty oak will continue to stand as a symbol of a healthy and vibrant world for all.